if you cannot do anything, it's okay. Everything is
Mhm.
okay. But only thing not okay is you put expectation. Don't put any expectation for your meditation. As what I told you many times, when you try to want something, and that's the craving inside. So once you start the craving, you lost all the jhana because the craving is the hindrance. So remember, even I guide you this way, this way, this way, if you cannot reach it, doesn't matter. When your condition is, the condition is coming, then automatically it will go smoothly. I tell you what, the loving kindness is like the king. So if you practice the loving kindness, if you can master the loving kindness, then automatically the konuna, mudita, upekkha, it will follow by itself. Okay? So it's because I saw the YouTube, some of the YouTube, some master, they will tell you, okay, this is the loving kindness, and separate, this is Corona practice, and then separate, this is the mudita practice, and they separate the whole thing. Dharma Vihara contains 4 parts, but this 4 part actually is one part. It's one. It's not separate. No. So mastery, the loving kindness, it is the most important. But for our jhana practice, up to the jhana 4, then the upekkha is most important. So you understand that each state have different parts. Then you have to go through all of this, then you will know that you can easily bring up the loving kindness or you easily bring up the equanimity. But you have to get those experience in order that you can bring up. Otherwise, if I say to you, now please bring up the loving kindness, if you have no experience, how can you bring up, right? So I'm helping you to go through all process. So then you have little experience and then you will bring up easily. But most of the people, when they think that now I bring up the equanimity, now I bring up the mudita, but after that, they put expectation. Then they say, oh, there's nothing happened. Okay, so what should I do? Maybe I'm wrong. And then they keep thinking. They keep I want to bring up, I want. It doesn't matter. I tell you what, all the jhana practice or all conditions is only timely, is come up timely. If you already experienced something, even I ask you to bring up the loving kindness, but somehow it come up and then disappear easily. And then you vary or say, oh, I have to grab that loving kindness again. So no need to grab that. Just allow it disappear. All the phenomena, they are arising, changing, and automatically it will disappear. So if it is disappear, then you see that you can really bring up just one time, bring up. If you cannot bring up, then you bring up the happiness. Bring up the happiness again and allow the happiness bring up your tranquil mind. And after that, then you give a blessing to your spiritual friend. So then, and using the feeling of the warm growing feeling as an object, not the spiritual friend. Spiritual friend is only about 5% of your meditation. Just helping you to get that kind of feeling onto that person. But that person is like, this is the person. And then the feeling is surrounding on this object. But this spiritual friend is not important. But the feeling, this feeling is helping you to bring up the collectiveness. So collectiveness is not focus, not concentrate. It's surrounding your spiritual friend. So don't try to hold, don't try to stay. It's just using the loving kindness to surround. Okay? So that is collectiveness. But with this collectiveness, your mind is still mindful and aware. You just not just stay in. If you stay in, you may easily turn to the absorption. So don't do like that. Don't sit like that. You just like that. Okay, so that's why I always ask you, put yourself in the middle of your chest, put here, put the person here. Is helping you to bring the energy back to here, and that, and practice it by hutting your friend. Hutting means like that, hutting. Okay? Try it again. If that's not easy, you just not doing like that. Just try to soften your mind. And then your energy will become more easy to manifest into the collectiveness. So now please sit comfortably. Choose the pose which give you completely relaxation. Relax your body. Relax your mind. You understand? Your mind is too busy. You tell yourself, in this 30 minutes, I just rest my mind. Don't pay attention to any plan. Put your schedule away. You just tell yourself, I will manage it after my meditation. I won't take care of this now. Check your body. Is there any tension? We have 3 times deep breathing. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, relax. Allow your body completely relax. Just visualize your back with a bamboo stick. The bamboo stick is gold color. The upper part of the bamboo stick and keep stretching up to the sky. And lower part of the bamboo stick extend to the earth. So now the bamboo stick support your whole body, your whole spinal cord, and the rest of your body just relax. Put a little smile on your face. I need you to smile into 4 parts of smiling. Your heart, your lips, your eyes, and the mind. So just loosen up the tension. Keep the smiling, and smiling can give you a better mindfulness and better tranquility. Again, before you get into the meditation, I would like to remind you to practice and adjust all the meditation stage with the 7 enlightenment factor. The 7 enlightenment factor is the mindfulness, the investigations, the right effort, and then the tranquility, the joy, the samadhi, and also the equanimity. You can check your menu. We have to use it as a 2 wings to overcome the hindrance of restlessness and the hindrance of the slow and turbo. In our daily life, we are too busy. So when you start sitting, you easily get into a sleepy mode. So while you are sleepy, you feel drowsy or you feel dull or you want to really fell into the sleep. So you have to use the 7 enlightenment factor. You try to bring up your spinal cord a little bit straight and then bring up your mindfulness, bring up the right effort, the energies, and also bring up the investigations. And mindfulness is the key factor to adjust all the meditation stage. So the mindfulness has to be with you all the time. The mindfulness will give you the awareness, and the awareness will give you the awakening factor. So while you're sitting, remind yourself, be mindful. Be mindful is you remember. You have the ability to give a clear observation in this present. In this present, to see the mind attention who may move from here to there. So this is a kind of ability you have to train yourself. Be mindful, mind. You see your mind, you observe the mind. So again, remind you, just be mindful now. You are sitting. You are here and now. Bring up your observation power. It's there with you all the time if you don't put too much energy on your thought. There's the awareness always at the back, as the background. So allow your thought in and out. Don't grab it. If it's coming, it's easy. You practice the 6 hour. Using the 6 hour to recognize it, release it, don't pay attention to it, relax, open up. We smile at the time when you relax, and then come back, be mindful, and bring up the collectiveness. And then repeat our meditation. So skillfully using the 6 hour, it will be the right effort, and it can help you to move smoothly in the whole meditation. So use the 6 hours all the time. While you're doing it all the time, so finally within 1 month, 2 months, it will happen automatically. You don't need to even think. It will just come up by itself. So now relax your body again. Relax your mind. Your head, relax. Your eyes, your nose, your mouth, relax. Your ear, your back head, the neck, the shoulder, relax. Your arm, your hand, all finger, relax. Your chest, the waist, the hips, relax. Your leg, the foot, the toes, all relax. Check the body, which part is tight. You just relax right there. Remember yourself, have to smile in our meditation. Slightly lift up your lips. Our whole program is starting from the loving kindness, and then it will move to the karuna, the compassion. The compassion is different, which is more calm, but a kind of feeling of expansion. And then we turn into the mudita. But the joy is they don't stay long. They will very fast to move into the upekkha, the equanimity. And then with the equanimity, you're using the equanimity and then continue on until you reach the point that everything stops. But even I tell you so many steps, you don't hold on it. Don't try to think that I must go there and within a short time. Some people, it's happened very fast. But some people, because they have too much expectation, so become a hindrance. So I again remind all of you, don't put too much expectation. Allow it happen by itself. So for the starting of the loving kindness, we need to bring up a happiness feeling. If you cannot bring up that feeling, you just think of a baby face, which is very, very cute. And from there you feel so joyful of seeing the baby. And immediately you want to hold the baby with your arms. You want to hug the baby. You just want to hug and kiss the baby because your mind is now full of love and full of caring and the kindness, loving, caring feeling. And now arise. But don't try to hold or control. It's just there. It's a kind of warm, growing feeling. So with that feeling, you can use it as the blessing. But if there's no new people here, so most of you already get into the breaking barrier, means that your energy already go up in the head area. around the head area, which is Arupa Chana. So the loving kindness is so strong. So from the little bit of joy, you don't hold on the joy. And when the joy arises, you still stay with the loving kindness. But the loving kindness can stay with you a little bit longer at that time. So when you see you have joyful feeling, remind you, don't go for the joyful feeling. Go back to the loving kindness feeling. The warm, growing, loving unconditionally to your spiritual friend. Just feel they are happy and you are happy as well. Just make sure your spiritual friend is in the middle of your chest. You put them inside and then you give them a hug, a big hug. Now you are hugging your own baby. Keep smiling. So the energy of the loving kindness will expand, and then you feel very, very light. Your whole body is light. Allow the feeling of the tranquil, calm, peaceful mind appear. Then suddenly you start enjoying this meditation. But don't hold on this joyful feeling, because some of the people, when they learn the meditation, once they get into the joy of that kind of calm feeling, they just don't want to leave. They just want to stay there forever. But I have to remind all of you, we are crossing over. We should not stay in any kind of stage. We don't crave, we don't cling on any kinds of stage. Allow it happen when the condition is there. Allow yourself just be an observer. Just observe. So now the loving kindness feeling is so warm, and it's just like a radiation direct from your chest and radiate outside to the world. So no control, just observe it happen naturally. So you may see yourself like get into a stage. You don't have the feeling on the hand, you don't have the feeling on your leg. So don't try to open the eyes to check your leg is still there or not. This is only the jhana effect. You're going to loosen your body, the sensation of the body. So now the loving kindness turn into a little bit calm mind. But the calm mind is expanding, and then move up to the head area. So by you have that experience, I will tell you the next step to breaking the barrier. So now I will say that your loving kindness just changed to Karuna, because the loving kindness feeling, it will manifest the incoming of the compassion. So just allow it happen by its own. That you see and understand what's going on. So with that compassion's mind, the stage is infinite space. Means that the loving kindness, once you move to the kunduna, then the energy, it will be keep expanding, expanding, expanding. But don't hold on that kind of expansion. Just watch as the observer. And then finally everything disappearing, because every phenomenon is arising and changing and disappearing. So disappearing on the surface, but still we can going on. We can let the things keep going on. So it will come up to the mudita, the happiness. But this is not called happiness. This is called empathetic joy. Means that this joy is, it just follow the good thing for the other people, or you are happy of some people's success. So it will come very fast, and once you have that kind of feeling, a great joy is arising. You can just simply keep laughing, simply just keep smiling all the time. You don't need to control it. It just happiness, a kind of sukha arising to you. And then we'll fade it away again, and then the equanimity show up. And then with the equanimity, it seems like there's nothing. You are just sitting like a screen, seeing nothing. If you don't get into this stage, doesn't matter. But if you get into this stage, you know that that is nothingness, like you see in the screen without anything. Because at that time, the sensations, formations on that part is become still. So then after that, you may get into a kind of dreamy sleeping at the same time and awakening at the same time. So it's like a neither perception, non-perceptions. So once you report to me that, I will ask you to sit long. You need to sit at least 2 to 3 hours and allow your mental formation cease. So at that time, you should not hold any phenomena. Don't hold on anything. Even all the sensation you have, just let go by using the relaxation. Just relax. And then finally, your feeling, your perceptions, your consciousness just stop, like it's blank, or you feel like dropping, or you feel like you're getting into the black hole. So and so. But don't hold and put any expectation on yourself, but just listen to this guided meditation. So now again, if the people is stopping from the loving kindness, so stay in the loving kindness. If people stay in the equanimity, so just go for the equanimity. I will give you another 20 minutes for meditations before I will start the Dhamma talk. So 20 minutes, I will come back. So now just stay and meditate. just using your hand, dip your hand with the heat and then massage your face. So rub your face and allow your blood circulation flow, and so you won't get stuck and you become too numb. Then you wake up, you stand up. That is easy to have a fall. So rub your body and heat your body and make sure everything's okay. But now because we're still in the class, so I'm not going to demonstrate again. So but in your house, when you are doing when you finish the meditation, so you will have to, rub your face and rub your neck and rub your ear and then, heat your body until the whole body, the blood circulation is turning normal. So we have the model on Saturday is aiming for us to reach the ultimate happiness. But last week, on last Thursday, we talk about if we want to be happy, we understand what is then happiness. So our brother Fong also demonstrate the kind of suffering, because the cause of the suffering is built in the dependent originations. So I believe some of you already have that idea of that. So now I will start again. As everyone know, we are suffering because there's all kinds of emotional come-ups when you have your family member getting old, getting sick, going to have the departure from you. You feel sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. So we have 8 kinds of suffering, 8 kinds of unhappiness. Like you cannot get what you want, or you encounter the people you don't like, or your love depart from you, and something change, unstable, so all kinds of things. So of course I believe that Sister Jen or Alanda Fong will give you all the explanation of that one. But the most suffering one, which we always have the fear to encounter, it's the death. So we have so much fear related to this part. But unfortunately, everyone have a chance. Finally, and within this life experience, from your birth and up to the end is a death. Another recycle will become rebirth, and again, life and birth always keep cycling, and that is samsara. So means that the life experience, life after life, life after life, is always with this kind of unhappiness, because your life cannot escape from this loop, from the loop of samsara. So for sure you will have the rebirth and then up to the death. Again, rebirth, death, rebirth, death. So that's why Buddha has come to this world and teach us how to get out from that, cycling. but we try to bring up all the practice one by one. So as far as you understand, we always non-acceptance of this sickness and getting old. You don't accept it, but what can you do? You still have the chance. Even how young you are, for sure you're getting sick, for sure you will getting old. So over there, you have so many suffering, so many unhappiness. And part of it, the suffering is not just by yourself. It's also your relative, your family. So especially your dear family member, you cannot really afford of losing them. But the reality is we have our own lifespan and we don't know when you were going to finish your life. And also you don't know about the other people. So there's so many worry, so many unhappiness feeling around your life experience. And the problem is the unhappy people, they always focus on a kind of stretch. They focus on the depressed. They focus to get the emotional feeling. They will feedback with the anger, a lot of complaint, and they are less satisfied and over depressed and very much necessity is coming along with them. And then they're holding a lot of their reputations, their status, popularity, the image, the finance, success, money, so on and so on. So the unhappiness people, they are like to controlling some kind of conditions in order to secure. But once we put our expectation and control on this part, you know that your body gets very, very tight. Once your body is getting too tight and straining, then you feel tired easily. You don't have good digestions. Your blood circulation is really turning bad. Even the immune system. And then the main problem is when you have that tense, if you have that tension, and then you have to stretch and holding on, try to control it, you have a lot of emotional feedback. You have the discordant bodily action, discordant verbal actions, and discordant mental actions. So those qualities will give you a lot of harm and also the people surrounding you. So now you understand the happiness, the unhappiness is not just yourself is unhappy. The emotional, it will come and the feedback is destroy the balance of your life. You easily will break up the relationships. You usually get the general feelings of stress. You encounter health problem, as what I said to you. Your immune system your all kinds of system getting destroyed. And because of that, you cannot sleep well. And then you have the ache and pain because of tightness of the body. So it means that that's the time you realize that you are in the life imbalance. And your anxiety and depressions, and we will associate with the unhealthy lifestyle. And then you lost control of your appetites. And then you will have the weight loss or the weight overweight, or even you have the diabetes. As is another term is because your blood circulation is not as good as the normal people, everywhere is too tight, then you develop a lot of like a chronic disease. And then of course, if you have the emotional feedback, unbalanced lifestyle, your workplace is less productivities. Of course, this is only our worldly style. We see this, but there's still more and more. It's not just that. I just found out a few of them. So you can see that actually unhappiness, in other words, is suffering. Or we can say dukkha in Pali. So the life with that suffering will bring you miserable, painful, distracting, and sorrow. So this unhappiness, the stressful conditions can be understood from the process of the dependent originations. But I think I don't want to, at this moment, I don't want to put too much to emphasize the theory because our brother Fawn already support us for the theory of the dependent origination and how the suffering caused because of the ignorance. But from the dependent originations, you will understand that the unhappiness, the dukkha, is because it's like that. Samsara. So repeating rebirth, and then death, we're facing the death again, the fear of death, and then come back. Rebirth is the ignorance and sankhara, and going back to our consciousness. So the samsara is like a looping, the life pattern, continue on, continue on. And also we encounter the death and the rebirth process of all phenomena. It's not just the lifespan, it's also all the phenomena. Every day we encounter the arising, changing, and disappearing. And then we have the karmas, this come up from out of some sankhara, is the second part of the dependent origination. And then we try to crave and cling on the five aggregate. We crave and cling on our body, our sensations, our feeling, our thought formation, and our consciousness. And then also we are craving of the perceptions and the feeling through the sixth sense door. So all this kind of knowledge you can see within the dependent originations. And overall, you will see the arising, changing, and disappearing according to all conditions. And then you will see that is impermanency. And then because of the impermanency of keep changing, there is unhappiness, there is stressful. that is the dukkha. And then you realize that with all the conditions arising within the dependent origination, that is impersonal, that is anatta. So now we have to see that from there, what is the main problem? The main problem is the ignorance and the thing. And of course, the craving of the personal self. So the thing is, you can see the circle, we have different birth, death, rebirth, dissatisfaction, unhappiness, and sickness, and impermanency. But what we can help ourselves to get out of here. So then we have to really understand what is the quality to bring up the happiness. So at least with the happiness, we can release some of the emotion. By release that emotion feedback, we are not planting any unwholesome seed in the samkhara. And from there, we are building up a more and more wholesome seeds, which give us the more wholesome quality of life until we can achieve the Riya stage. So we have different stage of the global stage, but I don't want to talk now. We can talk it later. So please remember, if you don't put the stretch on yourself, if you know how to relax the tension, don't hold on to things and don't put too much expectation, as what I told you in the meditation. Actually, that means that you are already managing the stretch. You are already approaching your happiness. And Buddha always reminds us, this is stretch. He discerns, and it's actually is pleasant. And this is the origination of stretch. He discerns, and it actually is pleasant. So this is the cessation of stretch. And this is the path of practice leading to the cessation of stretch. So means that from the happiness, why the unhappiness, you have to see the Four Noble Truths. With your seeing and understanding, then you know how to work out the way from the unhappiness to the happiness. Means that the stressful life to non-stressful life, unbalanced mind to the balanced mind, unhealthy body to the healthy, happy lifestyle. So our key awakening stage is practice the Four Noble Truths through the dependent originations. So as just I told you now how to find a happy balance in life by understanding the cause of unhappiness. Means that we have to understand the first noble truth and then the second noble truth. So again, I want to emphasize to all of you again, our suffering patterns is actually under the awareness of ignorance. and you're not seeing the flow of that dependent originations and not understand, as what I said to you, the Four Noble Truths, and that is the ignorance. And of course, you also don't understand the three characteristics of existence. So I just leave this topic to the next section of next week. But now I would like to give 50 minutes for Q&A about your meditations or something you want to ask. I hope everyone can really participate, or if you have any other problem of your meditations, so you can ask now and give a little bit sharing of what the stage you are, so the other people can listen, can understand more. Because I asked all of you for the interview, but not many people is a participant of interview. So, okay, can I choose the people to ask if there's no questions from anyone? Anyone have questions? I remind you, have to smile all the time. Okay? So, yes, smiling. The key part is here. These two parts. If you know that how to smile using the muscle here, then you know that once you use the muscle on this part, then immediately here open. This one. Once you move a little bit up here, and this is open. Once this one open, and this one open, and this one open. So practice your smiling. And then any questions from anyone? No questions, then I have to ask. How about Yo-Yo? Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo. Okay, please. How about your meditation? 要讲国语是吗？讲国语吧。你讲一下你现在怎么样？因为你没有 interview 了，这个星期。现在你打坐怎么样？
因为我上个星期有去另外一个 retreat，所以没有时间。
哦，那去了其他的 retreat 怎么样？
我有去另外一个禅修营。
去了禅修营，觉得呢？学了其他什么东西啊？
对呀。
但是问题呢，你东学西学，你不要学太多。
那巴那萨蒂哦，是不同的。
对呀，如果是你安那巴那萨蒂又跟我们这个 Mama Vihara 不一样，因为安那巴那萨蒂 is the breathing. Anapanasati is really observe the breath, but then the object is different. But practice the breath is a very standardized meditation now all over the world. But this meditation, according to my teacher, my master, he said is too slow for the development of the sensations. If we do that, the Brahma Vihara, we can easily get into the cessation because that is different. We are using the right effort all the time by using the 6 hour. And using the 6 hour means that at that time, once you recognize and release, relax, we smile at that part and bring up the Brahma Vihara again, means at that time, your mind already purified. So every time you do the 6 hour, every time you do the loving kindness, and then the loving kindness, as you know that, it is helping us to bring up the good quality of removing the ill will. Immediately, if you have loving kindness, you don't have the ill will. So it means that immediately you already overcome the hindrance of the ill will. And then with the compassion practice, you immediately overcome the cruelty. And then with the empathetic joy, immediately you overcome the resentment. And equanimity, you are overcoming your craving, your cleaning. So once you practice the Brahma Vihara, you already overcome all the hindrance. So you have the double effect of doing this. So that's why it's much effective. It's much faster. If you're saying that, okay, now today I do this, tomorrow you do that, and tomorrow you find another way to do this, and another way to do that, you'll never be successful of either one. Yeah, it's really the case. Because there is different. As you know that if you absorb, this is another, this is the breathing, absorb. It gives you only the absorption jhana. But we are doing the 6 hours, it's already helping you to bring up the awareness. Because the first hour is recognize. When you do the recognize, it's bring up your mindfulness and the awareness. So our practice is open awareness, which is giving you the 7 enlightenment factor at the same time. So you have to understand that. I'm not saying that I'm holding you to, you must do this, you must do that, but no. But a lot of people, they are having a kind of doubt. Oh, if I'm not working well, okay, maybe I try the other one. Okay, I have doubt, I try another one. Then you plenty, you try too many. One day you practice all kind of sessions. You do the chanting, you do the mantra, and you do the bowing, you do. I know there's a lot of people, 很多人都是这样子的，就是这个做得不好，他就马上抓另外一个，做得不好马上抓一个。但是我们一定要保持我们的 patience，我们是有一个很强的心。你没有很强的心去锻炼自己，等于你今天游泳，你要游那个蛙式，游得不好，明天我不游蛙式的，我游自由式，明天又不好，我又游其他式，游来游去，结果什么都游不好，还自己淹下去。你可以先尝试做几个月。You can try few months. If this is not work for you, it's not working for you, then you try others. But don't try one day this one day this one. Then you really confuse yourself. 你今天做这个，明天做这个，肯定不成功的，因为这个是不可能的事情。好像你练功夫，你去练，包括你去练功夫啊，今天耍太极，明天耍什么功啊，咏冲啊，后天又耍那个马捞功，那你耍什么呢？你要练那个功法，你不是要长期起码锻炼2、3年吗？可是你怎么能真的用上你的功夫？我光是锻炼那个 forgiveness， 我锻炼了半年了。那个疗愈禅，光是锻炼那个四无量心 Brahma Vihara 5 years non-stop。
师父，那如果说是如果每天的 meditation 都是有做阿那巴那沙地和梅大的话，这样子会 OK 的吗？
不行，
不行，
你不能合在一起的。
就是说，比方说，是先做完了巴拉沙地一段时间之后，1个小时或半小时，然后过后再做梅大半小时这样子嘞，或者是梅大先做半小时，或者阿那巴那沙地半小时这样子嘞，这样子也是
那你就浪费你的时间了，因为呢，你那个功夫是跟那个是不一样的。
哦，
因为 loving kindness 刚才我不是说吗，就是你要用那个精进那个性情来做这个功夫。你阿那巴那萨提只是给你一个定，它是容易有定，但是那个定可能不能让你有一个开放的一个觉醒，你的觉醒的功夫就没有建立起来。然后呢，那个定要把你变成定的牢牢的定在这里，不能再超越了。所以有些人很喜欢做那个夫妻，他就做这个夫妻很容易就定下来，很容易就进去一个定的状态。但是那个定可能定你1000年了，有些人就进去这个定了1000年，1000年了把它挖出来，他还在打坐，他就进去定了。但是佛陀不是说让我们真的要定啊，我们要定位等谁 ？We have to have the samadhi and vipassana together, working together. Means that the samadhi, your calm mind, will build up the inside wisdom to see the thing as it are. We using the equanimity, but with that wisdom, you can have deeper samadhi. And with the deeper samadhi, you have deeper vipassana. You have to walk like the vipassana, samadhi, looking together. But if you just practice like the abdomen, you see the breath in and out, it's only the samadhi. If you think that, oh, I see my stomach arising and disappearing, arising and disappearing, and this is the vipassana, then how can you remove your unwholesome quality? Like you have the ill will, you have the 5 hindrance, you have the craving for the sense of pleasure, and you have the ill will. But the best thing is the loving kindness and the Brahma Vihara. So that's why even some people within 10 days, they can have the cessations. 就是有些人透过10天的时间，也能进去那个灭的一个完结，但是你那个 absorption 是很难，所以千万你不要是杂在一起，你可以尝试3个月，3个月之后你没办法进步，那你就要选择其他的方法。但当你选择这个方法之后呢，你要不要今天做这个，明天做这个，半个小时这个，半个小时做这个，这个是做不好了，而是浪费你的时间。因为一个是 awareness， 一个是 absorption， 两者是不一样的。两者是一个是我们锻炼一个叫 awareness， 但是现在你做呼吸法的话，你就变成 absorption， 然后你就定在这里，还有一个问题，就是你所有那个贪嗔痴还在的，你只是定在这里，你的贪嗔痴没有去把它转变。你不是我们那个 six hour you recognize 你看到，然后把它松开，不要管它，然后我们转，我们用什么转啊？就笑一下来转，然后呢带到我们现在当下的慈悲喜舍，是很不一样的哦。所以如果是你们又半个小时，半个小时，一个是开的，一个是关的，两者不一样，也不是有浪费时间吗？记得做一个功夫，不要混在一起。走，因为你打气功，今天早上练这个师傅教你的气功，下午又练另外一个师傅的气功，你的气都乱了。很危险的，你们这样子做，你有听过吗？你去学气功，你就早上打一个师傅， 另外下午又隔了半个小时又打另外一个师傅那种气功有吗？不可能吗？不可能的，哪怕同样是气功，你们要很小心的，对吗？OK，还有其他人有问题吗？阿婆有问题吗？阿婆，问一下了，你现在怎么样？分享一下了啊。OK，你听了，你有没有听那个音档啊？Did you take the video, the tape to practice? So is it better? You can get into it? Okay, so yeah, so have a little bit patience on it. So then you can come to me after you practice for a few days. Then you come to me for interview because that time, if you have nothing can do, then you don't need the interview. So now, is there any other questions from other people? Any questions? No? If you have question, you raise your hand. So if there's no question, then I will continue on the dependent origination. But next week, the dependent origination is teaching you how to practice dependent origination as the meditation. Okay? So now we talk about the happiness and unhappiness. Then you understand the key practice is on the dependent origination. So next week is talk about how to practice the dependent origination. Okay? So see all of you next week, Thursday. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Venerable. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you.